What's up, folks? It's that time again. It's the good old Panthers fan talk, son. My name is Eric. His name is Will.
And I'm with him as always.
That's it.
Preseason edition. Oh, dude. Back at it.
One more game.
Just fresh off of Fan Fest, and the preseason is upon us. Thursday, Baltimore comes rolling into town. Of course, we're not really worried about Baltimore. The only reason to worry about Baltimore would be if Steve Smith was coming back to town to actually play, but there'll be no blood and guts on the field, this Thursday because he's still recovering from the injury. But wish him well. Much like the team, we'll be focused on the Panthers.
Will we? Of course we will. We've got a bunch of interesting little competition going on. First off, for me, well, there's two really positions I'm looking forward to, man. One of them would be running back.
Not looking forward to that quarterback controversy we got.
There's a big quarterback controversy, but running back, man. They released the first depth chart, and to my surprise, Fozzie Whitaker is number 2 running back right now, over Cameron Artis-Payne.
I personally don't pay a whole lot of attention to the opening depth chart. It usually seems to be however we ended last year, especially with Ron Rivera. He's not going to change up too much too early or late for that matter. But I do think this is one that's going to hold. However, I feel like if something happens to Stewart, Cap will jump Fozzie Whitaker and take over the number 1 role. But in the meantime, I think we'll see a lot more Fozzie again this year than we do Cameron Artis-Payne, especially in the early going.
Yeah, you know me, man. I'm a big Cameron Artis-Payne fan. I think he's better than Fozzie Whitaker personally. But I don't know. I guess Fozzie Whitaker with the experience is what Rivera always goes after. So
the Wizard of Foz, he's a good change of pace. He is a faster back, of the 3. Cameron Artis-Payne's going to bring a lot of what Stewart brings. So I can see that argument as well. Personally, I like Cap. I think he's going to be a monster if he ever gets the opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm rooting for him. I hope we get to see a lot more of him this season.
I think Cap is, I think he's got better vision than Fozzie Whitaker. I think he knows, when
I agree.
He can see the holes, I guess you would say.
Yes.
Knows how to run through the holes.
The other competition that I'm looking forward to.
Oh, yeah, what that is.
This preseason game in particular, of course, the starters are only going to get a couple of reps, maybe 1-2 possessions. Cam will come out like he always does in the preseason, probably throw some bad passes, go 3 of 7 after the game. We'll hear about how Derek Anderson should be starting or some ignorance. But
Cam should be 3rd on the list.
What I'm looking forward to is a couple guys that will be playing the whole game most likely that will also be starters is at the cornerback position. We got 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
3 rookies coming in. It looks like Ben Wickery's going to be back at the nickel spot, which is practically a starter for us.
Right.
But got Bradbury, who is my personal favorite of the 3. I think he's got superstar potential. And this will be their first real action. Bradbury, Worley, some other dude that's supposed to be backing up. Yeah, we'll go with that. No, I actually hear that dude's a stud as well. That's cute.
This is me. I like Bradbury, and I think Darryl Woolley might end up being a better corner. But at this point, I'm just hoping that they both turn out to be Pro Bowlers, Hall of Famers, lead us to a freaking Super Bowl.
Just keep your expectations low,
Yeah, you just gotta control yourself.
But yeah, in the first year, I'm just hoping that they're not toasty.
Toasty
can be there to be serviceable starters.
Mm-hmm.
Fill in the obvious huge void that we have there, and if we can do that, if we can hold up on the back end, we're looking at a great season. And again, this is their first test.
Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch, man. Hopefully they come through and we see that's why they got rid of Josh Norman, because they saw 2-3 cornerbacks who are just absolutely studs. It's going to be hard to replace somebody like Norman, especially at the season he had last year. But we'll see how it goes.
It's you know, in Gettleman we trust. It's a big saying in these parts these days. We're putting a lot of trust in him so far.
Gotta know the choice, really.
Yeah. Back to the offensive side of the ball.
What's happening over there?
Wide receivers. Tons of talk about the wide receiver position. Large in part because we've got potentially one of the best wide receivers in the league coming back from injury.
Yep.
And that's Kelvin Benjamin.
KB.
I'm not sure if he's going to see any playing time. I don't know what you've heard from the team. Talk to anybody?
My sources haven't been really talking that much, but yeah, it's weird, you know. I haven't really heard nothing about, oh wow, KB's, you know, back to his old self to when, you know, last year it sounded like he was turning it up. I haven't really heard much about how he was doing, really. But
first day of training camp, I heard some pretty good talk about him.
Yeah.
That he was he was just his old self, but I haven't actually heard an official word on starting or not starting or playing or not playing on Thursday.
Right. A wide receiver I have been hearing a lot about is Funches. I heard he's been freaking killing it. So that's pretty awesome.
He's my favorite receiver on the team. I think dude's limit is the sky, as they say. But seriously, I think the guy, I mean, he reminds me a lot of T.O. That's what I thought coming out of college. I was, you know, hoping we would get him. Actually, I mostly was hoping he would be T.O. once we got him. But the dude, I think, can be a monster, so it's good to hear positive things coming from, you know, his part of the locker room there. I know a lot of fans are looking forward to seeing a couple other guys. Myself with Bird, and a lot of others with your personal favorite, Stephen Hill.
No, that is not true at all. I've been hearing Bird's been freaking killing it in training camp, man. I don't know. By the way, we're going to be down there tomorrow. But anyway, sticking with the subject.
If you happen to catch us before or while or, you know, after we're down there, come and find us.
But speaking of Bird, man, I've been hearing he's just absolutely killing it. And the funny part is, you know, again, with the depth chart, it's the first one, as you were saying. But yeah, supposedly he's not on it right now, which makes absolutely no sense. But,
well, you know, you got to make room for Ginn. He's going to catch at least, you know, 35% of the balls thrown to him. So, but no, I'm just getting a lot. I'm glad we still have him as far as special teams. But it does look like with Bird, the emergence of Brown at the end of last season. I mean, somebody's got to go, and it's going to be interesting to see who it's going to be.
Somebody's always got to go. The one I've been hearing that's been playing pretty good too.
Your sources
is that's my sources coming through. What I've been hearing playing pretty good too is Norwood. He's been able to work his way into the you know, one of our wide receiver spots right there on the team. So
yeah, I guess personally I don't expect him to make it. I'd actually forgotten about him, but I saw him make a great catch in training camp, and it was like, wow, so that's the guy we were expecting last year, right before, you know, he had the missed catch pick and never saw the light of day again.
Yeah.
But he's kind of the dark horse to make it right now. I would say, just because you got Funches, you got Benjamin. Those two guys are both playing the same spot he would be playing, and I think that's going to squeeze him out. But I mean, he's obviously another big receiver. Could really fill a huge hole for us as far as you know, Cautry left. Somebody's got to fill that spot.
Right. Yeah, I've been hearing. We're going to go down the list. KB, Funches, obviously. Then you got Brown, Ginn, Norwood, and your personal favorite,
Stephen
Burson. Burson. That leaves out Hill, who everybody loves for some reason, and Bird.
Yeah, I mean, there's huge hopes for Hill because, you know, Ricky Prohl came out and was saying that he could have been one of the starters. But this just in, anybody could have been one of the starters.
If you're on the team, you got a chance to start if you play good.
I don't hold a lot of stock into that. But, I mean, you know, he's got all the talent in the world. He's not used any of it in an actual game.
Yeah.
But if he ever decided to do that, maybe he could step up and be big for us.
I don't think anybody else has better stats, I guess you would say, as far as speed, height, he's got freaking big hands, I guess. We'll say he does. I mean, freaking big. Everything else. The dude just can't catch, man.
Too much
Like
information.
Stephen Hill can't catch. Oh no, I ain't talking about that. We would go there.
So, I guess before we wrap it up, I'll just bring up one of the great quotes I got today from this fella right here. He calls me today and he was like, "Did you hear Stephen Hill got hurt?" Nah, did he get hurt? No, I just didn't know. Well, I'm sitting here thinking that you're telling me dude's hurt. And you're like, no, I was just seeing if he happened to get hurt.
Yeah, no, I was calling to see if you knew because I figured maybe one of your sources might have come through with some knowledge.
The dude off of the injury.
Yeah, I heard he got hurt, man. I heard that's why we haven't heard nothing about him. But I mean, I don't know. I can't find nothing about it.
Oh,
but
gotcha. I thought you were just prophesizing that it,
I mean, I don't wish he gets hurt. I mean, if he's gonna be on the team, I want the dude to be a freaking monster.
Oh yeah, all pro.
But I mean, he's just got too many problems, man. He can't stay out of trouble. He can't catch. I don't care how fast you are.
Two things, he's a great receiver.
Other than that, I mean, if you can't catch, then how you gonna be a receiver? You know what I'm saying?
Ask Ted again. He's made a career out of it.
Well, yeah. I've got nothing for that. You're right.
No argument. So, Baltimore, Thursday night. Looking forward to it. Before then, training camp tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're going to be hanging out with the girl gang, which is interesting because we're dudes, but, we're honorary members.
Check all them out on Twitter.
Yeah.
We got OX4 Sports' very own. I don't know if he uses his real name or not, but he'll be down there with us.
So is that Drake, like the freaking Drake ripoff?
I don't know if I was supposed to drop his real name or not, so I'm going to hold off on that. But, OX4 Sports will be down there with us, fantasy guru. So check us out. Also, check us out.
Just check us out. No, at Panther Fan Talk on Twitter. And I am at 65 on Twitter.
And as always, once, the season starts apparently because we missed out on most of the off season. But from now on, check us out right here every week. YouTube at Panther Fan Talk. I'll be posting on Facebook. Check us out on all the groups there that we're in, like a billion of them. But Panther Nation Stand Up, such as that. So, as always, keep pounding. And until Cam comes up with another dance, I mean, it's just going to have to be it. Keep pounding. Just don't stop. Won't stop.